Hello, my name is April Collier. I am the niece of the late, great Vonnie Doe Buster Grimes, affectionately known as Vonnie Grimes. At the early age of 4, Uncle Bus moved from Bamberg, South Carolina to York, PA with his family. At the age of 11, Uncle Bus joined Small Memorial AME Zion Church, where he started his life's work of community outreach. In 1944, Uncle Bus, he served in the Army. He got drafted during World War II. And later in his career, he was detached to the South Pacific where he, continued to work on aircrafts. I could speak all day about my Uncle Bus's public works, but he was huge on education. Like as much as he, was an ambassador for people and for his county, Uncle Bus really wanted African American kids to know how great they were. So his favorite line was, one of his favorite lines was, "It's better to have an education and not need it, and need it and not have it." Oh man, his love for music, everything was music. It was a vibe for him. He carried his champion around with him, his harmonica. He knew how to brighten people's day. A lot of times it's not the words, it's just the energy that you bring around people, and his way was the harmonica. Like when you think about it, all the things that he's done in his life, a lot of things that he's done was because of what somebody said you can't do. From the Yorktown, living in Yorktown. Back then it just was unheard of. It was hard to even get a job in the Yorktown. But he knew, he was determined. Not only am I going to work there, I'm going to live there. And he made that happen. My whole life was influenced by him. Like what I do now in the community, I'm a community ambassador. Going through, just hearing his stories about the military, why he went in, what his decisions on, why he did what he did when he got out, influenced me a lot. It's just because this man, he was so full of love. So full of love, and it was like I had a lot of that same greatness in me. And just watching his life, he gave me a blueprint, a blueprint to just to be an awesome human being, from being a community ambassador, global ambassador, just going around showing love. He never had kids. I don't know if it was God's doing, but all of York City was his kids. He never, I'm sorry, I'm about to, oh man. My Uncle Bus never had kids, but looking at his life and the way he treated everybody, you would have never known that. He treated every child that he came in contact with as his niece, his nephew, his cousin, his child. A kid never went without when he was around, including myself. We're continuing the legacy of greatness. We started a mentorship group, teaching them diplomacy, teaching them how to have conversations, how to communicate, how to be proud of who you are. A lot of his works, may not have made sense to people. Like, why are you always doing this? He was a man of many talents. He was everywhere, but he was planting seeds, and the people that, were around him knew that. It wasn't, everything he did wasn't for him. It was for us, for generations that were, going to come. So a lot of things that he did were to let these kids know that you're great. There's not a lot that you have to do. God gave you everything when you were born, to do what you needed to do in life. So we're still doing, he's still here. He's definitely still here.